dinner with my wife and some friends. Nice dinner, nice restaurant. My friends were picking up the check. Nice, good. All dressed up. All dressed up. Nice restaurant. Friends picking up the check. Great food. And about halfway through dinner, notice I got a piece of celery or broccoli or something stuck back there. Back there. Great food. Nicely dressed. Good conversation, good friends, good conversation, stimulating conversation. All I can think about is nice restaurant that I mentioned. Don't want to be sticking my finger back there. Can't do that. My mama would turn over in her grave if she saw me doing that. Nice food. All I can think about is I'm not tasting a thing on my plate. I'm all but tuned out of the conversation with my friends. Oh, I know. Okay, I'll just excuse myself, go to the bathroom. I've got dental floss in my purse. I'm the kind of man who carries a purse with dental floss in it. Always have. So I'm missing really good food, and a new course is about to come out, but I gotta get this thing over these up. Go to the bathroom. No dental floss. Empty out the purse, I've got all other kinds of things. So I head back to the table and I see that the other course is on the table, but I forgot to think. So I go to the checkout stand to get a toothpick. It's a nice restaurant. I don't have toothpicks. But the cashier's nice. She goes around. I know there's some in here somewhere. Meanwhile, my food's getting cold. I'm missing out on conversation. All I can think about is a piece of. Finally get a toothpick. Wouldn't you know, a toothpick breaks off. Oh, I really got a big once. That ever happened to you? Okay, maybe it's not a nice meal. Maybe it's a perfectly good job. It's a really good job, and you love your job, and you love your workplace, and it's meaningful work, but there's one co-worker who's kind of a jerk. And she just bothers you. The tone of her voice and the way she is, it's just a jerk. It's just picking at you. You can't really enjoy your work because it's just stuck back there in the back of your craw somewhere that this co-worker just isn't right. If it just wasn't for her, then it would be a good job. Or maybe it's that you wake up in the morning, you're feeling really good, and life is good, and you've got a house you love, and you're feeling healthy, except there's this thing in your back. And there's this thing in your back, and you spend the whole day thinking about this thing in your back, not about the blessings in your house, not about how good your life is, not about how all the things in your body are working well, except for this one spot in your back. So suddenly all you can think about is that spot in your back, that co-worker, that piece of something in your mouth. How is it that we can find the one thing to be dissatisfied about in a world full of blessings, time and again? And more importantly, what can we do about it? I mean, we can go about trying to fix that thing, find the toothpick, try to get the employee changed, try to change the employee, try to take aspirin for your back. You can do what you can to fix the situation, and sometimes you really need to, for sure. Sometimes it's not just a pain in the back, but it's really something you need to go to the chiropractor for. Sometimes that coworker really is someone who's abusive and really needs to be disciplined or somehow changed in the position. I grant you that. That's not an either-or world. I'm simply saying that most of those things that really bother us in the world are out there and really don't amount to much more than a piece of broccoli stuck in the back of our teeth that we're allowing to spoil the whole situation. Why do I say this? Because what I believe we can do, what you and I can do in the world, is to learn how to be with what is. And that's easier said than done when there is a particularly loud coworker, when your back hurts, when you got a particularly something that's really bothering you. I understand that. But if we practice in the silence and the beauty and the peace of our own home on a regular basis, if we practice prayer or meditation or some other way of being at peace with what is in ourselves, body, mind, and spirit on a regular basis, when that piece of something does happen, when a coworker is difficult, when there is something bothering us in the world, we have a tool to deal with it. We don't just have to wish that the coworker was different. What we can do, what I can do, let me speak for myself, is then sink into that place, into that muscle, into that meditation space that I've learned, and just be with what is, because that is the heart of meditation practice. Out of curiosity, how many of you here have a meditation practice? Don't show me your hand. Tell yourself the truth. How many of you really use that meditation practice on a regular basis? And for how many is it a good thing you learned once at a workshop and it's something you did last month and you're meaning to do tomorrow? That's okay. Once again, I'm just talking about myself, my own tendencies. I'm not pointing at you. I'm just asking myself, and I'm asking you to consider, what can I do to create a space inside myself that I retreat to so regularly, that I can inhabit so fully, that when aggravating things in my life come up, I can key into that place, that space of meditation, prayer, and consciously cultivate spaciousness and graciousness around that which is irritating in the world. Because here's the point. As we learn to cultivate and use that place of spaciousness and peace and power, we absolutely change our environment and change the likelihood of there being difficult co-workers, grouchy people, sore things in our body, mind, and spirit. There's a whole body of growing literature, scientific evidence to back up the notion that you can absolutely change the quality of your life from the inside out. That as you build a resonant field of peace and power and gratitude inside you, less stuff happens in your life that's irritating, that's difficult, that's out there, bothering you in here. And you say, well, that's all well and good, Rick, but every time I try to meditate and close my eyes, all that happens is I notice I'm going to sleep. Or I notice that my mind's just talking over in overdrive, and I just can't shut up. And what I'd like to say to that is, welcome to the human race. Meditation is the single most difficult thing that I have learned to do in my life. Or I am learning to do in my life. Let's be clear about that. It's an ongoing process. And it's the single most powerful tool that we have at our disposal. Sages and teachers have been telling us since time out of mind. The problem is that most sages and spiritual teachers who teach about prayer and meditation have a particular learning style. How many of you here are teachers? How many of you here are elementary school, college teachers? How many of you know about learning styles? Yes. So learning styles is the awareness that we all have ways that we like to learn, and we now believe there are 7 different learning styles. There's the visual, the oral, the verbal, the physical, logical, social, and solitary. And the problem in most schools is that most teachers are logical learners, intellectual learners, so they teach the way they like to learn. The problem is there's 6 other kinds of learners in any given classroom, and the kids who aren't particularly given to being logical processors are mostly out of luck, unless they have an understanding teacher who has embraced the fact that there are 7 different kind of learning styles, and he or she works at teaching across learning styles, okay? That's what happens in the public schools. It's not that different with meditation teachers. It turns out that most people who are attracted to meditation are like me. We're kind of solitary people who like to don't particularly approach meditation and the spiritual life intellectually. We approach it mystically, affectively in our body. And so we try to communicate to other people and say, hey, all you got to do is close your mind, get quiet, feel your heart, feel your breath sink down in your body. And 80% of the people in the room going, what? Where's my heart? What's the feeling? Where's my body? And you tell me to quiet my breath, but I can't even breathe because I got allergies. And I can't even find my body because I haven't been in touch with my body for a long time. So, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because just because I and some of the other meditation teachers who've been around you told you just get quiet and breathe and sink into your heart, so you can your breath sink into your body. Just because you don't understand that doesn't mean you don't know how to meditate. You just haven't found a teacher who speaks in terms that work for you. So, over the course of the next few weeks, I'll be teaching different styles of meditation outside of what I usually do. Usually I focus on the breath and on the body. We'll do some I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do. You're going to find out. What I will say is that in our ever busier, more hectic and distracted lives, finding a way to come to peace and come to center that works for you on a regular basis is the single most powerful thing you can do. And the reason I want to offer this series and the reason I talk about this is because I just want to help. A lot of people here are suffering, and you call me on the phone or you catch me outside after on Sundays or you catch me on Tuesdays when you see me in the store and you want to tell me about your mom who's hurt, or you want to tell me about your divorce, or you want to tell me about your headache, you want to tell me about your disease. And part of me wants to help fix each and put a Band-Aid on each one of those problems, but there's only one of me and I can go so far, and I don't really know that much of the fact that you know best what you need. And so for the next few weeks, like I said, I'll be teaching here on Sunday mornings different styles of meditation. I hope you'll come. I hope you'll consider this invitation. Find a path that works for you, that looks within your wisdom, your body, your spirit, for a way to come to peace with what's bothering you, because what's bothering you isn't really what's bothering you. It's not what's in your tooth. It's not the co-worker. It's not your back. That's not what's bothering you. That's what it looks like what's bothering you. But there's a place inside of each one of us that's always wanting more, wanting a fix, wanting. And the path I'm talking about is a place of filling, feeling, fulfilling. Anyway, that's my story, but I'm sticking to that.